the train house car.
I had a meeting downtown with some clients, and I was on my way home that evening, and I happened to be passing through Union Station. And I see a meeting going on in the restaurant. And it looked interesting, and I heard the word trains and train club mentioned. So I kind of wandered in, and there were 8 people, myself was 9, and that was the original meeting of the train club. We talked about a lot of different things, forming a train club, building maybe a modular layout, and we decided that we would have a second meeting sometime in the end of March, which we did. We met at Berwyn Toy Trains on 29th and Harlem. And at that point in time, we had put out flyers for the meeting, and at that point in time, we had about 30 people at the meeting. And I was, at the time, at first, just from the February meeting, I thought, oh, it's a nice idea, but is this really going to happen? And you know, everybody has dreams and hopes for things. And my dream was, I'd like to see us have a permanent building, a permanent layout, and a bunch of other things where not only could we run trains, the guys could meet in a social gathering type situation. So after this meeting in March, we actually formed the club formally, and we were incorporated as of April 1st. Herb Coach was appointed first president, and John Flynn was secretary, Rich Thayer was vice president, and a fellow named Tony Wallace, who was partners in Berwyn Toy Trains, took over the position of treasurer at the time. And that's how we got moving. Well, after about the first 5 years in business as a club, we were doing fairly well. We were making club cars we'd design them, line out, build them, we'd sell them. We made some decent money that way. And so we decided it was time to possibly start thinking about a building, which we'd thought about since day one. So the town hall group, or the board, appointed me as chairman of the Housing Search Committee. I drafted several people to be on it, and the first thing we did is we discussed and set parameters of where we wanted to be. That being said, next thing was finding a place. Well, after about a 1.5-year search, we, maybe 2 years even, looking at 20, 30 different industrial buildings, we couldn't find anything within the areas that we wanted to be in, so we had to widen our search, and we did. And we came to New Lenox, and we found the building we're currently in. It's a double-wide condominium in a light industrial area, and it was perfect for us. I walked into the building, it was brand new, just built, 4 walls, a ceiling, and a floor. It was like a blank canvas, and we could paint whatever we wanted on it, which was kind of what we wanted. So after having an open house and having the members of our club come in, as many as we could get, we decided this is where we want to be. So I started negotiations with the owners, and we structured a contract that was agreeable to both of us. We little things that may seem incidental then turned out to be very important. For instance, these buildings don't have back doors on them. That was one of the prerequisites we had to have, a back door for ingress and egress in case something were to happen. But so we got that. That's the type of negotiations we went through. Next thing we did was send an offer. Went back and forth a few times. It was accepted, and then we decided, upon closing, we were going to put the building in trust. We wanted to make sure the building stood on its own, where nobody had to co-sign the loan. That being said, we did it. We closed on it July 23rd of 2004 in escrow. Right after that, the next thing we had to do was apply for a zoning variance, because we wanted to have more than 6 or 8 people in the building at any one time. So that took quite a while. We went in front of the, Land Usage Commission in Will County. We went through everything. I don't know how many committee meetings I went to, but we finally got our variance approved at 8-3 Assembly, which means we could have, a couple hundred people in here, which is what we needed for it to be the club we envisioned. Then in, I think it was February or March of 2005, we started on the build-outs, being the mezzanine and everything. We moved the bathroom from one side of the building, and the bathrooms are now right next to each other on the other side. We have a large mezzanine. We actually have a train layout in the mezzanine. We got all that done. It took quite a while, but through some additional financing, we didn't have to pay anything for it. So then on October 29th, 2005, we had our grand opening, and it was quite an event. We had the ribbon cutting, we had the mayor there, we had the chief of police there, the fire chief there, we had a vice president in charge of marketing from the Union Pacific came, and several others. And it was really quite nice. We must have had close to 100 people for that. And that was when the club was officially open and ready to go.
The open house car. The media car.
Oh, look, we're capturing all of this for club posterity. How fast can you focus? Okay.
Also, let's get you mic.
Okay. Work.
Action.
Model railroading is a hobby that both boys and girls can enjoy. Railroad layouts can either be very big and elaborate, or they can be more modest, like the sets we can all begin with. And here to tell us about it today is Robert Salino with the Chicagoland Lionel Railroad Club. Hi, Robert!
Hi, Bozo, welcome. And you are so right. It's a great way for fathers and sons, mothers and daughters to get together and interact a little bit and have some fun with model railroading.
And action.
And this is Herb Coach. He's the president of the Chicagoland Lionel Railroad Club. Hi, Herb!
Hello, Bozo. Welcome to our area. Bozo, what we want to do today is build a layout that we can build from stuff around the house and some things that are easy to get our hands on. Our younger members are here to demonstrate some of these activities. Should we start building a layout?
And how? Sounds great. Let's do it.
Okay, Bozo, the first thing we're going to do is we got a 4x4 sheet of plywood painted green. This is Eddie Carter. He's going to show us how to put the track on. The track is a Lionel standard 027 track, 3 rail. And it's great for starter sets because it has a 27-inch diameter.
Perfect. 17 seconds. Good. Okay. Now.
And he's also going to, I thought he put the lock on for power. You need that?
No.
Okay. Just touch it.
Amanda is now cutting one of our streets for the layout. On this street will be our pickup trucks and our family automobiles that will be going around the layout. When Amanda is finished, we'll have a street that we'll put a stripe on, and it will look like this.
Okay, this is Mary Rachel Gross. What she's going to show us how to do today is make a river. First, she takes a piece of tin foil and she crumples it up. Nice and crumpled, and then she takes it and flattens it back out again. Nice and flat. And then she takes a can of spray blue paint and she starts spraying it.
Stop. Okay, go back and get the over the shoulder shot. Hold it right there.
And I'll say this, I make a note.
And then just pick a little further away from there. Go a little tighter. Pull it right.
How well does the paint adhere to these?
Fine.
Okay,
Just gotta let it dry.
okay, Rachel, go ahead and spray.
And there she is, and we have a river.
Okay, rolling. Speed. Action.
Okay, Bozo, the next thing we need is trees for our layout. Carol Ann Reich is going to show us how she makes trees. What she does first is she puts some glue on a brush. Then she takes a preformed tree, and she takes the glue, and she paints it on the tree branches and all over the tree. Then the next thing she'll do is she'll take that, and she'll put it in this bag, which is filled with green lichen. And when she pulls it out, she'll have a type of tree that looks something like this.
Give me a line, Bose.
Terrific!
Good. Action.
Bozo, it's ready for a billboard now. Joey LaHola took our logo and with his computer scanned it. The scan came up with our picture and then he reduced it to size. The reduced size then was put into the billboard and we have a billboard ready for the layout.
Well, the kids have done a great job with everything, but when are we going to have a railroad?
Come wide. Go.
Well, we've got our road in place, we've got our lake, and we've got our creek. Joey's putting down the billboard right now.
Mary's putting on the trucks and the automobiles. Mary, Carol Ann is putting on the island on the lake with the trees that she built. Amanda is helping Ed with the train. Cheryl is putting the mountains by the lake. And Eddie, let's start a train.
That's great! Hey, give yourselves a big hand!
Okay. Speed, action.
Okay, Bozo, you ran our trains, you visit our place here. We'd like to make you the official Lionel train engineer.
Well, thank you very much, Herb, and thank you to Bob. This is terrific. You got a great setup here, and it was an awful lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming,
Thank
Bozo.
you.
And Boz, here's your engineer's hat.
Okay.
That you can have on at any time you want.
Sunday, good.
Take two, I play.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you, Bozo.
The actual Bozo. You know I was on Bozo Circus once.
You remember him?
Yeah, he was a lot shorter.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
His,
And the beard was a little trimmer. Thank you.
I was in second grade and our teacher had tickets every year to it.
Oh, wow. Who did she know?
I don't know.
And I used to send my name in on the card for the big
Oh, for the grand prize
grand
stand?
prize.
Big
stand,
fat kid
yeah.
next to me got picked for the grand prize game and I'll never forget it.
There you go.